Madam Clerk, would you like to call roll?
Councilmember Brightigam.
Here.
Councilmember O'Neill.
Here.
Councilmember Dovin.
Present.
Councilmember Klopfenstein.
Here.
Councilmember Nguyen Peñalosa.
Here.
And Mayor Jones.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Tran is absent.
All right, may I ask Assistant City Manager Matt West to do the invocation, followed by Councilmember Brightigam to lead us in the pledge.
Please prepare yourself according to your faith. Lord, as we come together this evening, may we be guided by wisdom and insight as we deliberate on the issues before us. We ask for the strength to listen deeply and speak with sincerity and intention. Let our decisions foster unity and progress, paving the way for a brighter future for us all. I pray in your name. Amen.
Amen. Everybody please face the flag. Hands over heart. Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, that takes us on to presentations. We do have one community spotlight in recognition of Garden Grove TV3 for their recent achievements at the 2024 Star Awards, which recognizes excellence in government video programming in California. Woohoo!
All right, this evening, the Garden Grove City Council is proud to recognize Garden Grove TV, GGTV3, for the recent achievements at the California Association of Public Information Officials 2024 Star Awards. Would GGTV's 3's Jeff Davis, Marie Moran, and Brianna Greenup please come forward? I hope someone's still controlling the TV. Since 1993, GGTV3 has informed, educated, and entertained audiences while spreading Garden Grove's positive message. They are responsible for programming and managing the city's government access Channel 3 and the GGTV3 YouTube channel. Every year, our Emmy award-winning GGTV3 productions receive high marks from state and national communication industries. This small but mighty team produce a number of videos, news segments, and public service announcements, as well as live broadcasts of all city council meetings. Last month, GGTV3 received various awards at the Capio 2024 Star Awards, including the top first place recognition for overall excellence in government programming with a $400,000 to $800,000 operating budget. Also, first place for Best City County Services Informational Video, second place for community event coverage above a $250,000 operating budget, and second place for social media efforts above a $250,000 operating budget. For 28 years, the Star Awards have recognized outstanding programs produced by public, educational, and/or government access facilities serving California and Nevada communities. Earlier this year, GGTV3 also took home the gold in 3 categories in the National Association of Telecommunication Officers and Advisors Government Programming Awards, which recognizes local governments, agencies for broadcast, cable, multimedia, and electronic programming. At this time, the mayor and the city council would like to present Garden Grove TV3 with a certificate and memento of recognition for their recent achievements at the Capio 2024 Star Awards. Congratulations.
You guys should know where to stand for the best angle of the camera, right? So.
Wait, let me do your makeup.
Rare to see Jeff dress up.
That's it. I've never seen you in a suit before.
That's why I want to take that picture.
So we are very humbled and
honored by this award. We'd like to accept it on behalf of the 500 or so city support staff who are doing great work every day to make the city amazing, who maybe they don't have awards for their repairing a pipe at 10 o'clock at night or balancing a budget or something like that. If I look like I'm nervous or we look like deer in the headlights, it's because we like to be behind the camera and behind the scenes and stuff like that. So anyway, we'd like to thank Anna Polito and our Community Relations Department and all the people at the city who, again, are making things right. Nothing makes us happier than the opportunity to shine the spotlight on the great things that are going on at the city. So that's what we love. And so, thanks very much.
Jeff, that was pretty good, but I need a little more energy. Can we do like 50 more takes?
15 more takes, yes.
Take two. And I need probably some makeup too, right?
You might need a little makeup too. Can we take you in the back and do the makeup? Yeah.
The makeup's okay, just more
Yeah.
lipstick. Look at the camera.
One more thing. Thanks so much for supporting us and keeping us around. I know, when budgets go down, a lot of cities get rid of people like us, and so we feel very fortunate the city has kept us
Yep.
around through thick and thin, and really appreciate
You
it.
guys are amazing and you're true professionals in your field, and it's been a joy to work with you guys personally, and we appreciate all you do.
If we ever get around to
Congratulations.
building a Garden Grove Museum, I want that tie and handkerchief.
Yes.
It'll be there.
How do you do the little heart thing? How do you do it? The little cake.
Alrighty. From there, Liz always has me chasing my tail and going out of order, so gonna pull item number 2 from the consent calendar. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Call the vote.
Motion received, 6 yes votes.
All right. May I call forward Therese and with the Garden Grove Elks Lodge to receive the frame proclamation, and may I ask Matt West to please read the proclamation.
Mayor Jones, if I may please, and council members, may I please bring in our drug awareness program mascot,
Uh-oh.
Elroy.
Elroy, the moose. Hey, Elroy.
He always makes us aware that hugs are better than drugs.
All right. Proclamation National Red Ribbon Week, October 23rd through October 31st. Whereas Red Ribbon Week is the oldest and largest drug prevention call to action in America, reaching millions of young people each year during the last week of October. And whereas the message addressing the prevention of drug abuse must be visible and unified. And whereas National Red Ribbon Week, celebrated by communities across the nation, offers an opportunity to demonstrate a commitment to this year's theme that life is a movie, film drug-free. And whereas the Garden Grove Elks has initiated DAP, I don't know if it's DAP, excuse me, a drug awareness program to promote drug abuse awareness and encourage community-based organizations, schools, government, law enforcement, businesses, media, healthcare providers, and religious institutions to demonstrate a commitment to live drug-free by wearing red ribbons and participating in drug prevention activities. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Garden Grove City Council does hereby proclaim October 23rd through October 31st as Red Ribbon Week and encourages participation in drug prevention education activities throughout the year, making a visible statement that we are strongly committed to a drug-free lifestyle. Congratulations.
Keith?
Yeah, get everybody. Get all them red shirts in here. I see a red. You can come over that way too, yeah. Oh, sure. Stand right in front of me. Here, come. Oh, there you go. This on this side. Yeah. I'll be like. Yeah. You're all set.
Make sure the antlers aren't blocking
put my glasses on. First and foremost, I can't begin to thank the City of Garden Grove, Mayor Jones, and the City Council members for having the Garden Grove Elks here tonight and taking the time to truly recognize what National Red Ribbon Week is all about. If I may just indulge a little bit of where and why National Red Ribbon Week was established. Enrique Kiki Camarena was born in Mexicali, Baja California on July 26, 1947. In 1956, he and his family moved to nearby Calexico, California. In 1970, Camarena joined the Calexico Police Department, where he was later assigned to El Centro, where he worked as a narcotics investigator for Imperial County. In 1974, Enrique became a special agent with the DEA. Camarena wanted to make an impact in his country, but his family was very worried. His mother even tried to talk him out of becoming a special agent. But Kiki refused, saying, "Even if I'm only one person, I can make a difference." During the early 1980s, Enrique was assigned to Mexico, where he was on the trail of Mexican marijuana and cocaine drug traffickers. In 1985, during Enrique's time in Mexico, Enrique Camarena came dangerously close to exposing top leaders of a multi-billion-dollar drug agency, which in 85 billions was not, I don't even think, heard of, but nonetheless. Because of this, he was scheduled to be moved to another assignment in 1985. But in 1985, on February 7th, 1985, at 2 p.m., he was kidnapped by 5 men as he left the American consulate in Guadalajara, in Mexico, en route to have lunch with his wife. The kidnappers drove him to a residence in the western section of Guadalajara, where Kiki was interrogated and tortured for more than 30 hours. Both the kidnappers brutally killed Enrique Kiki Camarena. Sadly, this would be the last time anyone but his kidnappers would see him alive. Special Agent Enrique Camarena was found a month later on March 5th, 1985. Enrique Camarena's legacy lives on. He left behind his wife, Geneva Mika Camarena, their 3 sons, Enrique Jr., Daniel, and Eric. Camarena sacrificed his life in the fight against drugs, and members of his community wanting to do something to remember and honor Kiki, thus by wearing satin red ribbons. This is where Red Ribbon Week was born. Red Ribbon Week started in Camarena's hometown of Calexico, but soon gained momentum across California. Moving forward to 1988, the first National Red Ribbon Week was created by the National Family Partnership, and the NFP continues to coordinate the campaign for families, schools, and communities across the nation each year. Presently, today, people in communities across the country continue to celebrate National Red Ribbon Week. The Elks organization, through the Drug Awareness Program, is the largest volunteer drug awareness program in the United States, continually striving to work within our community of Garden Grove to promote drug awareness. We are very proud of our dedicated army of volunteers who freely give their time and talents to this most notable cause. The Elks are committed to eliminating the use and abuse of illegal drugs by all members of society, and believe that to ensure a bright future for our community and our country, it is essential that our children be educated and represent what we can do to be a drug-free environment. With this being said, Garden Grove Elks Lodge number 1952, we respectfully thank Mayor Jones and the council members and the Garden Grove for presenting this official proclamation to the City of Garden Grove, recognized for National Red Ribbon Week, October 23rd through October 31st, 2024. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. All righty. Are you guys going to hang out, or do you want a minute to clear out? Because we'll dive into all our business stuff next. I don't want you guys to realize, oh crap, we got trapped. Yeah.
I was just going to say right now. Go ahead.
Okay. This Thursday, we are having Law and Order Night, so we are going to be honoring fire and police, and we would love you to come. It's an open meeting, and it starts at 7:30. It won't be all business stuff. It's going to be celebrating And I get to present the Officer of the Year because I work with him. And so we would love to have you come if you can. All right? Thank you for your service, too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Consider us booked.
Thank you.
Okay, we will now open oral communications. I do have a couple cards, starting with James Foster.
Good evening, City Council members, staff, civil servants, and residents of Garden Grove. I live in District 5 between West and New Hope, right off of Garden Grove Boulevard. And I'd like to talk about the neighborhood watch signs that are in our neighborhood that you don't watch them so much because they're kind of dingy and non-reflective. When you have headlights that shine on them, you don't really see anything that, stands out. I know that the demographic changes drastically when you turn right or left on Garden Grove Boulevard, and the neighborhood watch sign, sometimes you have a beware of dog sign, but you don't have to have a dog. All you have to do is have the beware of dog, and that's enough. But if you don't have that, it invites an element that you don't want, and I love my boring neighborhood. Parking has become increasingly more difficult, and I know that the streets are public. However, some people are taking advantage of this and leaving their vehicles for more than 48 hours at a time, like in front of a person's home, like they did with mine last weekend. I don't know if this can be enforced really in any way, but like I said, the beware of dog sign sometimes can have a deterrent sort of effect, more so than actually having the dog itself. And as the holidays approach, people will be having more get-togethers and holiday parties and what have you, and it just invites conflict where there really doesn't need to be any. And that's pretty much all I have to say on that. Thank you.
Thank you. Tina Tapia.
Good evening. I left you guys some papers too as well on what's going on whatever I can get out of this. Hauka. My name is Tina. I used to live in Garden Grove. I am the responsible for getting the traffic light put up on Trask and Newland. That was the hardest thing that I went through. No one helped me in the city, and when I went to teachers for support, they refused to help me. When I went to parents, they told me they didn't have time, so change.org helped me with a signature petition, and I was able to get help to get the traffic light signal for the children. I was met with a lot of roadblocks, including Damian Monroy Garcia, who kept telling me he would help me or could help me get information on it, but it turned out he was just another person using us to take advantage of parents just like me. I don't do drugs and I don't drink. I'm a victim of the human sex trafficking as well as domestic violence in Westminster School District. The more I'm speaking out, the more retaliation I'm receiving from city leaders such as Damian Monroy Garcia and Amy West from Westminster School Council and David Johnson from Westminster School District. These teachers were bullies to me and their own children who are now grown up to be adults and have children of their own, just like myself. The only difference is I knew what I wanted to go in life, but I had a lot of roadblocks because of my upbringing and my heritage. The harassment I received while attending Westminster School District is still affecting my everyday life of living a happy and healthy lifestyle. Damian Monroy Garcia and David Johnson and Amy West used me to get their way to the top of their own agenda. I told my own personal stories on how and growing up and what I would like for the city of Westminster and Garden Grove. I was a mother trying to raise healthy and clean, strong boys and to be men. All I wanted was to know if I was doing the right thing on how to keep a teenager boys healthy, hygiene, and at their best, down to their clothes. My boys needed more confidence in themselves, and that part would come to their dad too. But since school was destroying their mental health, school was focusing more on school grades, and tests, and I felt that my children needed a different kind of learning where we grow together and learn as family. I was learning so much from my children, and I was showing them everything about my childhood except the bad parts. The results of me speaking out my truth is what led my children being kidnapped. My family shouldn't be keeping dark secrets that will lead into their mental health issues. And Damian Menor Garcia also was slandering me, and every time when I asked for help, he refused to help me. And also he would say that I need to take my medication, and that I was psycho, and that I was, and that's probably why my kids were taken away due to my drug use. And this to me was very heartbroken. I was heartbroken because he is a public figure, and he was also in the military. So to me, I lost all faith in this whole government. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. That's all the cards that I have. Is there anyone else wishing to speak who did not submit a card? Come on up, Dick.
Mayor Jones, members of the council, my name's Nicholas Dibbs. I'm here on a few things. I want to follow up on previous comments I've made. I'm a career and technical education credentialed teacher and science teacher. For over 8 years, I've been an advocate of bringing our skilled trade shop classes back. And the city at the school district had an unveiling of one skilled trade program that they're bringing back, but not till next year. And the city presented a proclamation or a recognition at that event on September 25th, which is fine. And I'm all excited that the district, after 8 years, is finally listening to some of us who have been advocating on this for over 8 years. But I do have some concerns which I want to share, which is GGUSD school board meeting minutes and recordings verify for approximately over 8 years my advocacy that the 4 high schools lost the auto shop and 10 intermediates have lost their wood shop and metal shop, with the last 2 wood shops being cut in June of 16. Board members, that is school board members and administrators at the school district, have an obligation to follow the letter and spirit of the Brown Act, the California Education Code, and school board policies, so as not to have any school district taxpayer-funded resources, including administrator and staff time, being used to try to influence or that might appear to possibly influence any school board elections. So I'm just basically saying I applaud the city, and John, you were the one presenting, you and Pro Tem Cindy Tran presenting that proclamation to the district, which is fine. And I'm glad that the district is finally going to bring some skilled trade classes back. But the classes aren't going to start, they're only going to start at one high school, and it's only going to be in August of next year, 2025. Yet, the school district chose to unveil this on September the 25th, 2024, just before the election. And I think that that's unfair. It's unethical and unfair that I've been running for school board 3 times, been working on this for over 8 years, and then out of a hat they pull out this thing all of a sudden with no transparency on the school board. This was never discussed or authorized at any school board meetings, and so on. And so to unveil this just before the election as ballots are coming out is unfair, and I just want the community to know that. Now let's move on to something else, which is the rise of student threats on campuses and in the community. This is another reason why this council needs, or this city needs a youth commission. All kinds of press reports just came out in the last few days about violence rising and attendance going down at the schools. But this is a community problem. I want to encourage the mayor and the future mayor, as well as the current mayor, to let us have a youth commission so we can help reduce violence and crime in our schools and community. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak who did not submit a card? Okay, seeing none, we will close oral communications and we'll recess over to successor agency. Madam Clerk, would you please call roll?
Member Brightigam?
Here.
Member Dovin.
Present.
Member Klopfenstein.
Here.
Member Nguyen Peñalosa.
Here.
Vice Chair O'Neill.
Here.
Chair Jones.
Here.
And Member Tran is absent.
All right, we already did oral communications. Consent calendar is just receive and file. Can I get a motion?
Moved.
Sec.
Call to vote.
Motion received, 6 yes votes.
Any matters from agency members? Seeing none, we'll adjourn back to city council. We'll reconvene and go to consent calendar. We've already taken action on item 2. So it's recommended that items 3 through 9 be acted on simultaneously unless anyone would like to pull an item.
Second.
Call to vote.
Motion received, 6 yes votes.
All right, short agenda, no items, no public hearings. We go straight to matters and we'll go around the horn. George?
Sure. Not a whole lot, just coming up, we got the elections coming up, and I urge everyone to get informed prior to voting. There was a forum where all the candidates were able to, the public could come out and talk to them last week over here at off of Main Street.
Courtyard Center.
Yeah, the Courtyard
That
Center. And next, October 19th, we're going to have a mayoral forum. Every mayor candidate's been invited. So if they show up, if they don't show up, that's on them. But I urge everyone to come out. It's specifically for the mayoral race. And it's going to be at West Grove Park at 1 p.m., October 19th. And this forum will be a little bit different because you can actually ask them questions. So that's coming up, and hope to see you guys there. That's all I got.
John?
Just one item. At the food event that we had, I believe it was last Friday, was excellent. The turnout was amazing. The food was great. I can see that thing just blowing up, and we could take over the whole park. So I hope if you didn't have a chance to come out, look for that next time or maybe whenever it comes up. It was a great event and very well attended. That's all I got. Thanks.
Unfortunately, Cindy is overseas and can't join us tonight, so she has an excused absence. We'll go on to Joe.
I'm just going to echo Councilman Bradigam a little bit. It is election season. The vote by mail ballot is probably in the mail, your mail ready. So do your civic duties and vote your conscience. Thank you.
Stephanie.
Thank you. Recently, I had the opportunity to join the CEO of Working Wardrobes, Bonnie Pomish, for her podcast. It was a wonderful opportunity just to talk about career paths and starting new career paths, as well as getting to highlight and share everything that's going on in Garden Grove. And so I just wanted to remind the community that we actually have a small satellite store in connection with Working Wardrobes. It's called The Hanger, and it's in the Town and Country Shopping Center that's sort of back behind Great Wolf Lodge off of Harbor. So it's a great opportunity if you're looking for clothing at a great discounted rate, or maybe a new suit to wear. It's a wonderful opportunity to go in there and shop, and then the proceeds go back to Working Wardrobes. So check that out if you can. And then I wanted to mention that tomorrow is National Walk and Roll to School Day. So schools all over Garden Grove are going to have a lot more kids out with their families and friends and neighbors walking to school, maybe biking to school. So just be very careful. I know our Garden Grove Police Department will be out in full force watching over those schools and the children. But if you're in your car and you're driving by a school, please put your phone down. Please make sure that you're obeying the speed limit. We want to be really careful with all those kids out there. Thank you.
First, shout out to staff for the amazing job with Foods of Garden Grove Live. I just want to give extra kudos to City Manager Lisa Kim. I know a few years ago during COVID, I really wanted to do TikTok videos with the mayor of us going to places to eat while I was mayor pro tem, but due to some circumstances, we were unable to do that. But with that was an idea born from our city manager that led to Foods of Garden Grove, and I just want to thank her for really taking that seed and evolving it to something so much bigger than I could have ever imagined, and the amazing success. I saw neighbors from my complex there, and they're like, oh man, this is so cool. So it was really great to see people that I normally never have seen at any of our city events show up and participate. Foods bring people together, and Garden Grove has so many different food options, so it's really great. I can't wait to see to participate next year as a resident and see how much bigger and better you make it. So you've risen expectations for next year, City Manager Kim. And also, I hope to see some of the staff and potentially some of my colleagues at the League of California Cities conference next week. I know I've reminded you guys all multiple times, and I asked Pam to share it with everybody, so hopefully it won't just be me. And with that, I have a special treat to pass down to everybody. I think most, yeah. Oh, here.
Oh, thank you.
We saved the most important vote of the night for right now. For those of you who didn't pay attention to Facebook, staff camera says, "Eat up, everyone. My mom can't be the only one with a belly." Yay! So, baby Peñalosa number 2 is due March 2025.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And so the time for the vote is whether you believe it's a boy or if it's a girl. Staff, you guys can go first. Lisa?
Boy.
Boy.
George?
Buck the trend. I'm going with another girl.
Okay.
A boy just to have one.
Boy.
Girl.
I'm team girl all the way.
All right.
Twins.
No. Is it facing the right way? Okay.
Oh, that's it? Oh.
Oh, no way.
I didn't know we were going to know right now. This is crazy.
Tell me when you're ready.
You got it right now?
Ready?
Yeah.
I'm wearing pink.
Go.
See pink. Never buck the trend, George.
Wow.
And huge thanks to Liz for helping with the surprise.
Congratulations.
That's awesome. Congratulations. Okay. City Manager Lisa Kim. Good luck following that.
That's hard, but thank you, Mayor, members of the council. Foods of Garden Grove Live was an extraordinary event for our community. There was family, there were fur babies, there was tons of the best of Garden Grove eateries. So we are excited to bring the next year's Foods of Garden Grove Live even bigger, better, and more food as well. So thank you so much for those accolades. And welcome, baby Peñalosa number 2.
Mm-hmm. General Counsel, any need for a closed session or anything to report out?
No, we did have a closed session earlier this evening, and there is no reportable action out of that closed session. Thank you, Mayor.
All righty.
Mayor, I just wanted to offer you a happy birthday because
Oh,
forgot to mention.
thank you.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
All right. Sadly, we have lost a couple more beloved Garden Grove community members, so we're going to close tonight's meeting in honor of 2 different Garden Grove residents. Pearl Tompkins was born on May 24th, 1924 in Sarkozy, Missouri. At the age of 18, she moved to Long Beach, California, where she worked at Douglas Aircraft as a Rosie the Riveter. A few years later, Pearl met and married Chuck Tompkins and had 3 children, Connie, Carolyn, and Neil. In 1955, they moved their young family to Garden Grove, where they bought their forever home on Danbury Drive. In 1959, Pearl got a job as a school crossing guard, and she often shared that the secret to her longevity was the result of the many steps taken over 30 years helping children get across 4 lanes of traffic. She loved the kids, and they loved Mrs. Pearl. Pearl Tompkins loved her home and all of her neighbors. Miss Pearl was truly loved by all. My condolences to Pearl Tompkins, family, and friends. Please.
Thank you so much, Mayor, for closing the meeting in her honor. I had the good fortune of meeting Pearl several months ago on her 100th birthday. And so on behalf of the mayor and all of us here in the city, I took her a certificate to honor her birthday. And it wasn't long after that she passed away. So she was definitely left an indelible mark on her street and in her neighborhood and in the community. So thank you very much for doing that tonight. Thanks.
I'd also like to adjourn tonight's meeting in memory of Carolyn Krutzinger. Carolyn Krutzinger was an amazing woman, and she was a dear personal friend, so I've known her very well for many years. Terrible loss for our city. Carolyn was a lifelong, tireless volunteer for numerous Garden Grove nonprofit organizations, including the Elks Lodge, Acacia Adult Day Services, Miss Garden Grove Scholarship Committee, and the Grove Theater Center, to name a few. As a retired and beloved Garden Grove Unified teacher at CC Violet Elementary, Carolyn helped shape the lives of many young Garden Grove residents. And as a 30-year member of the Garden Grove Elks Lodge, Carolyn belonged to their special clown unit that entertained and brought joy and hope at children's hospital wards. Carolyn's funeral service will be held on Saturday, October 26th at 11 a.m. at the Chapel of Orange, with the graveside service at 12:30 p.m. at Fairhaven Memorial Park. My condolences go to the family of Carolyn Krutzinger and friends. She was someone who I truly admired and respected. And with that, we will stand adjourned. Thank you, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your evening.